What is drug counterfeiting? A. Producing fake drugs with inaccurate ingredients. B. Producing generic drugs with accurate ingredients. C. Producing branded drugs with accurate ingredients. D. Producing over-the-counter drugs with inaccurate ingredients. The correct answer is A. Drug counterfeiting involves producing fake drugs with inaccurate ingredients to deceive consumers. Which of the following is a common motive behind drug counterfeiting? A. Lower production costs. B. Ensuring patient safety. C. Fast-track drug approval process. D. Improving drug efficacy. The correct answer is A. Lower production costs are a common motive for drug counterfeiting. It allows fraudsters to maximize profits. What are the potential dangers associated with counterfeit drugs? A. Lack of effectiveness. B. Severe side effects. C. Drug resistance. D. All of the above. The correct answer is D. Counterfeit drugs can be ineffective, cause severe side effects, and contribute to drug resistance. How can consumers protect themselves from counterfeit drugs? A. Buy medications from unlicensed online pharmacies. B. Check for authorized retailer logos and holograms. C. Ignore expiration dates on drug packaging. D. Avoid reading the drug packaging labels. The correct answer is B. Consumers can protect themselves by checking for authorized retailer logos and holograms on drug packaging. Which technology is commonly used to track and authenticate drugs to prevent counterfeiting? A. Barcoding. B. Faxing. C. Telegraphing. D. Smoke signals. The correct answer is A. Barcoding is commonly used to track and authenticate drugs to prevent counterfeiting. What is serialization used for in drug packaging? A. To indicate the drug's color. B. To track and trace the drug's journey through the supply chain. C. To list all side effects of the drug. D. To show the expiration date of the drug. The correct answer is B. Serialization is used to track and trace the drug's journey through the supply chain, helping to prevent counterfeiting. Which regulatory measure can help combat global drug counterfeiting? A. Strict penalties for counterfeiters. B. Reducing taxes on pharmaceuticals. C. Decreasing surveillance at border checkpoints. D. Increasing advertising for branded drugs. The correct answer is A. Strict penalties for counterfeiters can act as a deterrent and help combat drug counterfeiting globally. What is the role of pharmacists in preventing drug counterfeiting? A. Dispensing any medication to customers. B. Educating customers about the risks of counterfeit drugs. C. Selling expired medications. D. Ignoring customer concerns about drug authenticity. The correct answer is B. Pharmacists play a role in preventing drug counterfeiting by educating customers about the risks of counterfeit drugs. Which demographic is most vulnerable to the dangers of counterfeit drugs? A. Teenagers. B. Elderly population. C. Healthcare providers. D. Athletes. The correct answer is B. The elderly population is considered most vulnerable to the dangers of counterfeit drugs due to their higher medication consumption. What is meant by the term falsified medicine in the context of drug counterfeiting? A. Medicines that contain incorrect ingredients. B. Medicines that are approved by regulatory agencies. C. Medicines that are sold below market price. D. Medicines that have a long shelf life. The correct answer is A. Falsified medicines are those that deliberately or fraudulently misrepresent their identity, composition, or source. Which organization leads the global fight against counterfeit drugs? A. FDA. B. WHO. C. EMA. D. CDC. The correct answer is B. The World Health Organization, WHO, plays a crucial role in combating counterfeit drugs worldwide. Why are counterfeit drugs a significant concern for public health? A. They are always more expensive than genuine medications. B. They often lack active ingredients or may contain harmful substances. C. They can only be purchased online. D. They have longer expiration dates than authentic drugs. The correct answer is B. Counterfeit drugs may not have the correct active ingredients or may contain harmful substances, posing serious health risks to consumers. Why is drug counterfeiting considered a lucrative criminal activity? A. It involves high production costs. B. The penalties for counterfeiters are low. C. Counterfeit drugs can be sold at high prices with low manufacturing costs. D. It is easy to detect counterfeit drugs. The correct answer is C. Counterfeit drugs can be manufactured and sold at high prices, while costing less to produce, making it a profitable criminal activity. What is the significance of implementing tamper-evident packaging in the pharmaceutical industry? A. It increases the shelf life of medicines. B. It reduces manufacturing costs. C. It alerts consumers to potential interference with the product. D. It improves the taste of medications. The correct answer is C. Tamper-evident packaging helps alert consumers to potential tampering or interference with the product, promoting drug safety. In which phase of the pharmaceutical supply chain are counterfeit drugs most likely to infiltrate? A. Manufacturing. B. Warehousing. C. Distribution. D. Dispensing. The correct answer is C. Counterfeit drugs are most likely to infiltrate the pharmaceutical supply chain during the distribution phase, where they can bypass regulatory checks. What role can technology play in combating drug counterfeiting? A. Enhancing supply chain visibility. B. Increasing manufacturing costs. C. Reducing patient access to medication. D. Promoting counterfeit drug sales. The correct answer is A. Technology can play a crucial role in combating drug counterfeiting by enhancing supply chain visibility, tracking products, and authenticating medications. How does drug counterfeiting threaten patient safety and health outcomes? A. By decreasing the availability of generic medications. B. By reducing the cost of essential drugs. C. By compromising treatment efficacy and patient health. D. By improving the affordability of medications. The correct answer is C. Counterfeit drugs can compromise treatment efficacy and patient health. They may contain incorrect ingredients or harmful substances, impacting health outcomes. What does drug counterfeiting refer to in the pharmaceutical industry? A. Producing drugs with fake ingredients. B. Illegally manufacturing or distributing fake drugs. C. Using expired drugs. D. Manipulating drug prices. The correct answer is B. Drug counterfeiting involves the illegal manufacturing or distribution of fake drugs. These fake drugs may contain harmful ingredients or no active ingredients at all. Which of the following is not a motive behind drug counterfeiting? A. Financial gain. B. Caring for patient safety. C. Avoiding regulatory scrutiny. D. Undermining public health efforts. The correct answer is B. Caring for patient safety is not a motive behind drug counterfeiting. Instead, counterfeiters are often driven by financial gain, avoiding regulatory scrutiny, and undermining public health efforts. What role can blockchain technology play in combating drug counterfeiting? A. Enabling secure tracking of drug supply chains. B. Testing drug samples in a lab. C. Identifying counterfeit drugs visually. D. Manufacturing fake drugs. The correct answer is A. Blockchain technology can enable secure tracking of drug supply chains, allowing for transparency and authentication throughout the distribution process to prevent counterfeiting. Which regulatory agency is responsible for combating drug counterfeiting in the European Union? A. FDA. B. EMA. C. CDC. D. WHO. The correct answer is B. The European Medicines Agency, or EMA, is responsible for regulating medicines and combating drug counterfeiting within the European Union. How can consumers protect themselves from counterfeit drugs when buying medications? A. Buying drugs from street vendors. B. Checking for tamper-evident packaging. C. Ignoring expiration dates. D. Choosing unlicensed online pharmacies. The correct answer is B. Consumers can protect themselves from counterfeit drugs by checking for tamper-evident packaging, verifying authenticity seals, and purchasing medications from licensed and reputable sources. What is the significance of using track and trace systems in the pharmaceutical supply chain to fight fake drugs? A. Reducing production costs. B. Improving drug taste. C. Ensuring product authenticity. D. Speeding up drug approval processes. The correct answer is C. Implementing track and trace systems in the pharmaceutical supply chain is crucial for ensuring product authenticity, tracking drug movements, and preventing counterfeiting throughout the distribution process. Why are counterfeit drugs a significant public health concern? A. They're always cheaper than genuine medications. B. They may contain harmful ingredients or no active ingredients. C. They are produced by pharmaceutical companies. D. They're easily accessible online. The correct answer is B. Counterfeit drugs are a significant public health concern because they may contain harmful ingredients or no active ingredients, posing serious risks to patient health and safety. Which demographic group is particularly vulnerable to counterfeit drugs? A. Children under 5 years old. B. Elderly individuals. C. Athletes. D. Pregnant women. The correct answer is A. Children under 5 years old are particularly vulnerable to counterfeit drugs. Their smaller size and developing immune systems make them more susceptible to adverse effects. How can pharmacists help stop fake drugs in their pharmacies? A. Selling prescriptions without checking if they're real. B. Watching prescription drug prices. C. Teaching patients how to spot fake drugs. D. Ignoring suspicious drug packaging. The correct answer is C. Pharmacists can help prevent drug counterfeiting by educating patients on how to spot fake drugs. They can also verify that medications are authentic. And finally, they can report any suspicions to the relevant authorities. What is the most common method by which counterfeit drugs enter the legitimate pharmaceutical supply chain? A. Being manufactured in legitimate pharmaceutical facilities. B. Passing through stringent regulatory checks. C. Through falsified or substandard ingredients. D. Strict customs inspections. The correct answer is C. Counterfeit drugs most commonly enter the legitimate pharmaceutical supply chain through falsified or substandard ingredients, allowing them to mimic authentic products while compromising quality and safety standards. What is the term for making and selling medicine that's wrongly labeled or described, putting people's health at risk? A. Pharmacy fraud. B. Medication deception. C. Drug counterfeiting. D. Prescription misrepresentation. The correct answer is C. Drug counterfeiting refers to the production and distribution of fake or misrepresented medications, which can pose serious health risks to consumers. Which of the following is not a typical motive behind drug counterfeiting? A. Financial gain. B. Public safety. C. Avoiding regulation. D. Exploiting demand. The correct answer is B. While drug counterfeiting poses risks to public safety, the motive behind it usually involves financial gain, avoiding regulation, and exploiting demand. How can consumers protect themselves from counterfeit drugs? A. Only buy medications from reputable sources. B. Purchasing discounted drugs online. C. Ignoring packaging details. D. Choosing unverified sellers. The correct answer is A. Consumers can protect themselves from counterfeit drugs by purchasing medications only from reputable sources with a proven track record of authenticity. What role does serialization play in drug packaging to combat counterfeiting? A. Ensures drugs are packaged in different sizes. B. Assigns unique codes to individual drug packages. C. Changes drug formulations periodically. D. Alters packaging color schemes frequently. The correct answer is B. Serialization assigns unique codes to drug packages, allowing tracking and authentication to prevent counterfeiting. What demographic group is particularly vulnerable to counterfeit drugs due to limited healthcare access? A. Young adults. B. Elderly population. C. Children. D. Low-income communities. The correct answer is D. Low-income communities, with limited access to healthcare resources, are particularly vulnerable to the dangers of counterfeit drugs. How can technology help fight fake drugs in pharmacies? A. By increasing medication prices. B. By using secure track and trace systems. C. By reducing pharmacist responsibilities. D. By encouraging manual record keeping. The correct answer is B. Technology, like secure track and trace systems, can help pharmacies authenticate medications and prevent counterfeit drugs from entering the supply chain. At what stage of the pharmaceutical supply chain are counterfeit drugs most likely to enter, endangering patients? A. Manufacturing. B. Distribution. C. Prescribing. D. Dispensing. The correct answer is B. Counterfeit drugs are most likely to infiltrate the pharmaceutical supply chain during the distribution stage, before reaching patients and posing risks to their health. What threat does drug counterfeiting pose to patient safety and health outcomes in the pharmaceutical industry? A. Reduced medication costs. B. Increased treatment efficacy. C. Unexpected side effects or treatment failure. D. Improved medication access. The correct answer is C. Drug counterfeiting can lead to unexpected side effects, treatment failure, and compromised patient safety and health outcomes, posing serious risks in the pharmaceutical industry. Which anti-counterfeiting technology uses a unique serial number embedded in drug products to verify their origin and stop counterfeits? A. QR code labeling. B. Microscopic taggants. C. Radio frequency identification, or RFID. D. Serialization. The correct answer is D. Serialization is an anti-counterfeiting technology. It embeds a unique serial number into drug products. This ensures authenticity and prevents falsification. What is the primary motive behind drug counterfeiting? A. Public health protection. B. Financial gain. C. Quality assurance. D. Research advancement. The correct answer is B. One of the main motives behind drug counterfeiting is financial gain, as counterfeit drugs can be sold at a lower cost for higher profits. How can consumers protect themselves from counterfeit drugs? A. Purchase medications only from licensed pharmacies. B. Seek drugs from unregulated sources. C. Ignore packaging details. D. Avoid checking expiration dates. The correct answer is A. consumers can protect themselves from counterfeit drugs by purchasing medications only from licensed pharmacies with a good reputation. Which technology is commonly used to authenticate drugs and prevent counterfeiting in the pharmaceutical industry? A. 2D barcodes. B. NFC technology. C. Radiofrequency identification, or RFID. D. Microprinting. The correct answer is C. Radiofrequency identification, or RFID, is a commonly used technology to track and authenticate drugs, making it harder for counterfeiters to replicate. What is the significance of using track and trace systems in the pharmaceutical supply chain to fight fake drugs? A. Increased production costs. B. Improved supply chain efficiency. C. Reduced patient safety. D. Encouraged counterfeiters. The correct answer is B. Track and trace systems help improve supply chain efficiency by allowing better monitoring of drug movement, reducing the risk of counterfeit drugs infiltrating the legitimate supply chain. Why are counterfeit drugs a significant public health concern? A. They have the same quality as authentic medications. B. They pose risks to patient safety and health outcomes. C. They are cheaper for consumers. D. They increase research funding. The correct answer is B. Counterfeit drugs pose serious risks to patient safety and health outcomes due to uncertain ingredients, incorrect dosages, and lack of quality control. What demographic group is particularly vulnerable to counterfeit drugs due to limited healthcare access? A. Elderly population. B. Low-income individuals. C. Healthcare professionals. D. Young adults. The correct answer is B. Low-income individuals are particularly vulnerable to counterfeit drugs. This is because of limited access to healthcare resources. They are more likely to seek cheaper alternatives, which may be counterfeit. How can technology help fight fake drugs in pharmacies? A. By making real drugs more expensive to produce. B. By using packaging that's hard to tamper with. C. By making it easier to make fake drugs. D. By verifying drugs and tracking where they go. The correct answer is D. Technology can help combat drug counterfeiting in pharmacies by authenticating drug products and tracking their movement, making it easier to detect counterfeit drugs in the supply chain. In which stage of the pharmaceutical supply chain are counterfeit drugs most likely to infiltrate, posing risks to patients? A. Manufacturing. B. Distribution. C. Prescribing. D. Dispensing. The correct answer is B. Counterfeit drugs are most likely to infiltrate the pharmaceutical supply chain during the distribution phase, where they can be mixed with legitimate medications and reach patients, posing significant risks. What threat does drug counterfeiting pose to patient safety and health outcomes in the pharmaceutical industry? A. Quality assurance. B. Increased confidence in medications. C. Risks of uncertain ingredients and dosages. D. Improved research funding. The correct answer is C. Drug counterfeiting poses risks to patient safety and health outcomes. This is due to uncertain ingredients, incorrect dosages, and a lack of quality control. These factors can have serious consequences for individuals. Which anti-counterfeiting technology uses a unique serial number to track drug products, proving where they came from and stopping fakes? A. 2D barcodes. B. Holograms. C. Microprinting. D. Serialization. The correct answer is D. Serialization embeds a unique serial number into drug products to authenticate their origin and prevent falsification. This makes it a valuable tool in combating drug counterfeiting. What is the primary motive behind drug counterfeiting? A. Financial gain. B. Improving patient health. C. Regulatory compliance. D. Promoting ethical pharmaceutical practices. The correct answer is A. The primary motive behind drug counterfeiting is financial gain for the counterfeiters. How can consumers protect themselves from counterfeit drugs? A. Verify the legitimacy of online pharmacies. B. Ignore expiration dates on medications. C. Purchase medications from unlicensed sources. D. Avoid checking for tamper-evident packaging. The correct answer is A. Consumers can protect themselves from counterfeit drugs by verifying the legitimacy of online pharmacies before buying anything. What is the significance of using track and trace systems in the pharmaceutical supply chain to fight fake drugs? A. To increase production costs. B. To streamline distribution processes. C. To improve medication labeling. D. To trace the movement of drugs from manufacturer to consumer. The correct answer is D. Implementing track and trace systems in the pharmaceutical supply chain helps trace the movement of drugs from manufacturer to consumer, aiding in combating drug counterfeiting. Why are counterfeit drugs a significant public health concern? A. They are cheaper than authentic medications. B. They have higher efficacy rates. C. They lack quality control and may contain harmful substances. D. They are less accessible to patients in developing countries. The correct answer is C. Counterfeit drugs are a significant public health concern. They lack quality control and may contain harmful substances. This poses risks to patients' health.